not actually done a garden vlog in a while, so I thought, hey, what the hell, let's try. So, I've ordered a red rose that's basically black. It's a winter rose, I forget the name of it. I saw it when I was away and looked it up. So that should be coming through later on this month. I'll be planting it right away. That's what that cat's there for. That's ready for, that's the space that'll be. These at one point were there. I moved them over a while ago, and I'm not sure whether they're doing great or not. This one seems to have recovered alright, as does that one. But this one here is not looking too great. So maybe I'll lose some of them. I don't know. It's that kind of year. We've had a lot of heavy wind. And we're getting into more of that later. The lavender here seems to be doing alright. In fact, you can probably tell by looking at it just how much it's more than likely spread out under there. This might become a problem in time, but for now, like I'd rather have this go ballistic and kill a bunch of weeds than some other plants. Like, for example, there's probably still around. Can't see any of its specific leaves. Willow, shush. But, yeah, there's one bush that we got rid of ages ago. And, Willow, shut up. And, shut up! You're not winning this argument. But I consisted to grow back all the time, so that old bush is now a weed. Basically, the garden used to go over this way, and the guys we hired to do it pretty much just covered it. They didn't get rid of it, so now it grows back like a weed constantly. So, yeah. Speaking of which, I've completely abandoned weeding for a while. I went away on the day I was supposed to do it, and then when I came back, it was on the day I was supposed to do it, and I just couldn't be arsed, and it's just gone and grown and grown and grown since then. The bird skers have all started to fall off because, again, the wind, so they're just hanging around now. I'll probably be getting more of them when the wind dies down at some point later on in the year. This poor thing has been absolutely battered. I don't think it's going to recover. Yeah. My thyme is doing well, pretty fine. Yeah, I thought this thing was going to die at some point, but no, it's starting to grow over the edge of the pots. And this thing is worrying me, because if this gets into the ground, I'll be buggered. I need to transfer over this to a larger pot, which I will be doing next year when the weather starts to slightly warm up. So maybe February, March, something like that. Because this is absolutely ridiculous. I'm hoping to actually find a pot big enough to put that and that together. But I've ended up liking sedums so much that I got new ones. There's one right here. So it seems to have spread out a little bit. I forget which one it is, but yeah, one of them grows like a spiral, and the other one is similar to these. One of them's called starfish. That's right, one of them's called starfish. Its foliage looks like little red starfish. It's kind of cute. And then the other one grows like a spiral. It's really interesting. So this one seems to be doing okay, but we'll see. Hopefully they'll end up as bold and beautiful as these big sods. There's another lavender. It seems to be doing alright. The white lavender is doing remarkably well, but this is one I have babied quite a bit, because I've never seen white lavender before. And yeah, I'm not going to say the same thing I say in every one of these videos, but I love it. So I've been babying it like crazy, taking real good care of it, and it seems to have rewarded me. So it says it's white, but they're actually rather pinky right now. So yeah, it looks quite nice. This is the other one of the sedums. This one actually, to me, looks like it's been chewed on. So I might have to get those bird skers earlier than I thought, but again, we'll see. This is one of the African daisies that's turned into a full-on bush at this point. It's still doing really well. I don't know what she's barking at. She's just being a little nuisance. This here, as well as this, this over here, these, and those two that you can barely see because they're basically dead, and they came that way, unfortunately, are all phlox. Phlox is a ground carpet. You see it a lot outside of supermarkets and whatnot, just kind of like basic. They're really hardy once they get established. They can do well in our environment. and they are really good at like getting rid of weeds because they cover the ground. So the idea is to stop me needing to weed this all the time and to add more colour down there. I'm basically gonna start adding phlox to it. So I've got them, and we're gonna see how it goes. But again, the time of year I've done it is a bit. These two I've most likely lost. They're not going anywhere. But yeah, the snapdragons that I haven't moved seem to be doing remarkably well. Willow, shut up. Other people are allowed to exist. But these are doing remarkably well. These ones I haven't touched. I haven't moved. They've just spread and spread and spread and spread. At one point, they were just. I just placed them. I think I placed like 5 here and 4 over there, and it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's just how they've grown. It's kind of insane, but I love them. I think they're really pretty. The colours are nice, especially, and the bees. When the bees are around, the bees are really attracted to them. So that's probably why that one's done so well, actually, because that was close to this, whereas the one that was over there, that isn't there anymore, was kind of too far away from the snapdragons to really get the benefit from them. So if these die, that's fine, because I'll learn from it, and next time I get them, I'll spread them out more, so they'll become a hub for bees right next to other plants, and hopefully keep the rest of them alive. Because that's why I think that one's done so well. Because that I thought was going to die at one point because it was being attacked by magpies. So, yeah, I think that the bees have basically just brought it back to life. So, the snapdragons, they're definitely ones I'm going to get again if they die over the winter. I've covered all of this with tomato feed, which is apparently good for everything. Speaking of taking a battering as well, this poor peppermint has been taking one hell of a battering, as you can see, and it's kind of leaned over. I've propped it up a little bit with string, but yeah, what I've been doing with this is when the wind's been really bad, I've been taking it over there and putting it behind that, and when it's really, really bad, I've actually brought it in the house overnight. But yeah, and then if the weather's like it is now, which is fine, it will go back in its space. But yeah, the rose bush, in memory of my mother and Rosie, my dog, is growing tremendously well, like insanely well. This thing I am going to have to kind of like mold, I think, as it grows. So I think at some point these ones I'll push up like that, and then I'll tie up, like I've done with these. Same with this. This might become a bit of a pain in the arse, and I don't want this growing to the point where it starts dripping petals into that. So I'll have to like lead that up that way. It's probably how I'll do that. Put it like that actually for now. Oh, my neighbor is singing again. Enjoy that, or if you call it singing. And here is something I'm really proud of. I absolutely love this little area. I've just been pulling leaves out of it. And I've actually been pulling leaves out of it, and I saw my first bit of wildlife in there as well, a little snail. So, yeah, that's nice to see. But just this nice little wildy, mossy area. Yeah, the presence of my neighbours next door screaming and shouting is actually making me uncomfortable, so I'm probably going to stop the video here. But yeah, it's, despite it being, or teetering on the edge of winter, things are going alright. I'm really happy with this. I'm super happy with this. This looks amazing. And you can really see the plant back there growing now. So yeah, little wild area.